Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, are you ready? I said, are you ready? Live right here in Boston, Massachusetts. This is the box score! Yeah! Woo! Hey everyone, and welcome to the third episode of The Box Score. I'm your host, Max Lasky, and for tonight's episode, it looks like you're stuck with me. So don't adjust those TV sets. We've got a great show for you tonight. Doing what we do best, talking sports. It's a glorious time in the world of sports. The men's and women's Final Four is upon us. MLB season is officially underway, and WrestleMania 40 kicks off this weekend. Speaking of WrestleMania, Can y'all smell what The Rock is cooking? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made his shocking return to the WWE, aligning himself with his cousin and current WWE champion Roman Reigns just a few months ago. And while many had thought that The Rock was going to face Roman Reigns at this year's WrestleMania in a match nearly 10 years in the making, it's not going to happen. We're actually going to see The Rock team with his cousin to battle Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes on night one of WrestleMania. This match will have major implications for night two when Roman Reigns defends his WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes, because if The Rock and Roman win on night one, the match on night two will become a no disqualification match, which means anything goes. But if Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes can defeat The Rock and Roman, then all members of Roman's family, the bloodline, which includes The Rock, will be banned from ringside. Now, I've been watching wrestling my whole life, and I truly have no idea how this is going to play out, but I can assure you WrestleMania 40 will be talked about for years to come. Okay, I've finally talked wrestling on The Box Score, so now we can get on with the show. It's the beginning of April, and spring has officially sprung. Well, everywhere but Boston, spring has sprung. Nonetheless, baseball season is finally here. Baseball is so incredibly unpredictable because it's the one sport where virtually any team can make the jump from losers to legends in a matter of just one season. Like the Orioles losing 110 games in 2021 and winning nearly 100 in 2022. Or like how the Diamondbacks lost 88 games in 2022 and reached the World Series just 1 year later. In 2024, there's plenty of teams who will either bounce back or fall off. So we're going to discuss some of those teams that could take a back seat or make the jump in 2024. To break it all down, I'm now joined by the one and only Danielle DuBois and the dapper yapper himself, Evan Sharrard. Danielle, let's go to you first. What team did you have in mind, and are they going to bounce back or fall off this season?
I had the Braves in mind, and now they didn't take a huge fallback last season. Obviously, they're still one of the best teams in the MLB, and it's really hard to argue at that, especially if you look at their roster with Albies, Arcia, Olsen, Riley, Acuna, Harris, Duvall. I'm not even going to go on with the hitting, and we can go to the pitching as well with Minter, Spencer Strider, Morton. Fried is back and healthy this year, and then we have Chris Sale now on this team from the Red Sox. It is an insane team all around. Adding Chris Sale in, I think, was the biggest thing in this offseason. but I think he could be a really, really key part of them, especially if they want to make a far postseason run. If he stays healthy, that is. I mean, the Red Sox know that Chris Sale is one of the best pitchers there is. However, when he is unhealthy, and it seems like every season he's getting injured somehow, so I'm hoping he can stay healthy for the Braves' sake. I mean, not that they really need it either.
Right.
Even in minors, they have A.J. Smith-Shawver, who's insane, and we saw him, I think, throughout the season, only like 3 or 4 games, not that many, but he is very young, really feisty. He has it in him. I'm really excited to see what this team has to do, and I think they're going to come back with some more passion this season and want to make it back to the World Series since they didn't do that last season.
No doubt about it. This is definitely an organization that knows how to make the playoffs. They have loads of playoff experience, especially in the last few seasons, World Series a few seasons ago. So I think they have the roster and they have the talent. As you mentioned, Chris Sale, I think it's kind of going to be like my Yankees. Like, they just have to stay healthy. And I think that they can make a really deep run.
Right, except when you're comparing the Braves and the Yankees, the Braves have more talent overall.
Whoa. I don't.
Yes.
That's true.
It is true.
Evan.
I just read to you that roster.
Evan.
You can't.
Well, the
can't
Braves,
debate that.
the problem between the Braves and the Yankees is that the Braves have one MVP, and then they have another guy who could win an MVP in Matt Olson, guy who could set his own standards for home runs, base stealing last season. Ronald Acuna Jr. is, an all-time offensive player, and he's already as young as he is. Also, the Braves have an exceptional pitching staff, and they've got these guys extended for until the rest of their career.
Literally
Austin
forever.
Riley, 10-plus year deal. Ronald Acuna Jr., 10-plus year deal.
Yeah.
And those are just two names. They signed Matt Olson, and he's filled in perfectly for
He's
Freddie
been
Freeman.
the best
Yeah.
replacement.
Yes, he has. And their pitching is stronger than the Yankees because of a Garrett Cole injury, which
It is strong.
he might come back.
They have a better roster on their pitching. I think they're just a little bit more versatile, and they have, I think, a person who's specific at getting each job done. I feel like the Yankees have a lot more holes in their pitching staff.
Yeah, there's also not really a hole on the Braves lineup.
No.
When you have Michael Harris Jr. batting around 7th, and he hasn't really broken out yet, and he's a top 10 defensive outfielder, it's pretty tough.
Also, not to mention they're bringing back Duvall.
Yeah, and
which
Duvall,
he's already made his mark coming back.
and he made his mark on the Braves before. He's potential for 40 home runs, and Danielle doesn't even think he's the biggest addition to this team this year. So.
Yeah.
Right.
An injured Chris Sale might end up being the biggest addition. We'll see. I mean, he didn't really have it's like an okay game, an okay first start.
It was an okay first start, but obviously he's getting used to the Braves system still, and he is still coming back from an injury. But you mentioned your Yankees,
Yes.
so I'm just gonna send it right back to you.
All right. So look, my team, obviously the Yankees. I'm gonna try and well, actually, who am I kidding? I can be as biased as I want here. Okay.
Your show.
I'm going with the fact that the Yankees have the best lineup I've seen them have since they last won the World Series in 2009. That 2009 roster was absolutely loaded. Hideki Matsui won World Series MVP.
Yep.
We had Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Alex Rodriguez, Mark Teixeira. This lineup was stacked. I look at this Yankees lineup, already starting 5-0. Let me remind you all, they did the entire Major League Baseball a favor sweeping the Astros 4-0.
Yes.
4 games to nothing to start the season. Beat the Diamondbacks last night. And huge offseason additions. We're talking Juan Soto, Alex Verdugo, Trent Grisham, just to add a little bit of depth on the bench. They actually bolstered their bullpen. Marcus Stroman's going to be a great starter, had a great outing.
Good.
I love Marcus Stroman. I think it's a great one-year signing.
Yeah.
Caleb Ferguson from the Dodgers, Luke Weaver. The Yankees have done what they've needed to do this offseason to kind of propel them to that
Can you
next.
prove it though?
Yeah, they're
Yankees
already
are
proving it.
King of having that great lineup and then always overhyping their fans and then never showing up. And I think that's kind of where this team is going. And I'm really concerned about Soto. If he gets injured,
Okay.
So-
Can I?
and that's
Do you want me to do it for you, Max? I really hate doing this.
do it, Evan.
Well-
My
Do it,
favorite.
Evan.
Okay.
No, Danielle. I don't think you know what I'm
No,
about to do.
I think.
I think you know what I'm about to
no.
do.
Can I
yeah,
lead you there?
sure.
Okay. So for some ungodly reason, people seem to people think that Juan Soto has fallen off,
boy.
has something to prove this season.
Well, he does.
He
Well,
really doesn't.
He doesn't because
Career
what
high in
happened
home runs
season,
last year.
Evan? What happened last
Well,
year?
he hit 35 home runs, which set a career high. Juan Soto has been the best disciplined player in baseball since he's come into the game.
No doubt.
And that is something that the Yankees have missed since 2013, maybe?
For a while. That's
For a long time. I mean, the Yankees really went all in on the 3 outcome hitters with strikeout, home run, walk. And it's about pitching at the end of the day when you win a World Series. And the Yankees pitching staff, Garrett Cole.
Just about to say.
Yeah, Garrett Cole was just not great in the playoffs against the Red Sox, against the Astros. They would crumble to elite teams who had elite offenses and elite pitching staffs. The Yankees weren't there with the pitching staff. They had a great bullpen. This year, they also have the hitters who actually can get them over the top, even if they don't have a great pitching staff, because Juan Soto is not just a 3-outcome hitter. He's a 5-tool, well, he's a 4-tool player. He's not that fast. Juan Soto, I actually think, is maybe the best signing that the Yankees have made in my lifetime.
I completely agree. I hope they extend him for life.
Yeah.
Evan, we have to go to you because I have to hear about your team. And I think I know where you're going with it. So
it's going to be the best team in baseball, barring injuries, by the end of the year.
here we go.
And
Here we
so,
go.
Alright.
so this is the thing.
Yeah.
You're going to try and peg me down here, but I just tell you good luck ahead of time because this
Okay.
is a team with 4 MVPs. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay, you want to hear about the first 4, or do you want to hear about the whole lineup? Because 39 home runs and 107 RBIs, 163 OPS plus. 100 is average, 63 above average, incredible. That's on base plus slugging. Mookie Betts starting at shortstop. Gold Glover 6 times. Freddie Freeman batting 3rd. And who's in between Betts and Freeman?
Yeah,
by
I
the
think a
way,
guy named
this team won 100 games last year, and they just brought the best player in MLB history onto their team to
Yeah.
bat in between 2 of the best players in MLB history at their position. And then after that, they have Will Smith, who they just extended to 10 years.
Love him.
Yeah, and he had 114 OPS plus, 19 home runs, 76 RBIs. Max Muncy batting 5th. He hit 36 home runs last year, over 100 RBIs. Then it's Teoscar Hernandez, a 2-time Silver Slugger they just brought in, who's hit 4 home runs, tying with Mookie Betts for the most home runs through the first week of the season. They're off to a hot start. It won't matter because hot starts don't mean anything in MLB.
Not at all, no.
But then they have James Outman, who almost won Rookie of the Year last year, 23 home runs, and Gavin Lux, who led the league in triples, and that's about it.
So, all I'm hearing a whole lot of stats.
Also-
Stats are great.
also-
I just have to say one thing. We talk about teams who are built to win championships.
Yeah.
The Dodgers have made it to the playoffs. How many times?
11
in the
straight
last
seasons.
11 straight
That's the
seasons.
third
and
longest-
can you name
Yes.
how many World Series championships?
They've won 1.
Right.
Well, there it is.
How many teams have
Well, there
won
it
more
is.
than 1 in the last 10 years?
All I have to say is you can name the stars in that
Yeah.
lineup Monday through Sunday,
Yeah.
twice on Sunday.
the way
They're the
that-
best lineup top to bottom.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't buy a team. And that's coming from a Yankee fan.
They really didn't buy the team because a lot of this is they traded for
Danielle,
Mookie
please.
Betts. Who did they buy this year? Just Shohei Ohtani. They got the
And
best player in baseball.
Yoshinobu
Everyone-
Yamamoto.
Yes.
And,
2 guys.
And Will Smith to a
But he's
ridiculous
homegrown.
extension.
He's homegrown.
I don't care. They're
That's not
spending
buying
money.
a championship if
They're
he's homegrown.
spending money.
They are spending money.
Tyler
Okay,
Glasnow. They
let's
opened
talk
the
about
bank
teams-
for a guy
Let's
who
talk
has
about teams.
back-to-back Tommy
Let's talk
Johns.
about teams that don't spend money. The
What,
Rays.
You're going to mention the Oakland
When have the
A's?
Rays won the World Series? Never. When have the A's won the World Series? You want to talk about defending owners for saying you can buy a championship? Let's talk about the Mets then. The Dodgers don't buy championships. They do everything it takes
They
to win.
don't, too.
And if
Right.
you,
They don't.
if
That's
you
the
have to
problem.
buy, they draft well. They sign and they trade well. They do everything. The Dodgers are the pinnacle of baseball's best run
don't
teams. Okay.
Look,
They've
as
won
much-
100
Like
games,
Boston
111
Bruins
games,
last
106 games, 43
All
games,
over
won the
again.
World Series, 106 games and 92 games. I don't care if you don't make the playoffs, you fall back. This team won 100 games last year. I think that they get close to that 116 mark that the Mariners set in 2001. And the NLDS is where they'll fall if they fall because it's best of 3. It's best of 5. So you win 3 games, you're done. You get cold at any point, and any team can do it. Washington Nationals, World Series champion, wild card.
They had Juan Soto.
San Francisco,
I love Evan to
wild
death.
card.
As much as we can talk baseball all day long, We've got plenty more to get to tonight on this action-packed episode of the Box Score. So we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
When I arrive at my destination, I am gonna kill Bill.
What? Oh! Okay, cutting. Sorry, can we get some of this?
Where in God's name is the gaffer's tape? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Casey, and we're the National Broadcasting Society.
Come out to some of our weekly workshops, or work on some of our sets.
Explore the bigger picture with NBS.
We'll see you there.
All right, let's get another take. Camera, sound.
So yeah, it's like Emerson's very own late night talk show. We've got games like Jimmy Fallon, and we're hot like Jimmy Kimmel, and we've got guests. I'm gonna talk to them. You can talk too, I guess. There's a live studio audience, and they're just gonna laugh at everything we say, and it's gonna be awesome. It's just this never-ending cycle of positivity and community and late night content. I'm gonna wear a suit. You should probably wear one too. What do you think?
I think you should drink up, because it's closing time.
All right, coming back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera one. Camera one, get a wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take. Talent cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson
Camera
trails
4, get a shot of the players moving across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As
Camera
the
2,
team
close upon the person
finishes their
shooting.
timeout. Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away and score this big
Camera 1, get a close up, follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI 10 points. 10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point as the team finishes their timeout.
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
If you're tuning into the Box Score right now, that means you're missing some good baseball and hockey matchups across the board. So here are some live game updates. The Braves and the White Sox are underway 0-0 right now, as well as the Blue Jays and Astros 0-0, hoping the White Sox can come away with a win here for my grandpa. I know you're watching, so hope the White Sox make you proud tonight. And over in the NHL, the Bruins and the Predators are underway, still 0-0, but we'll be sure to keep you updated on those games as the show goes on. As Dr. Strange once said, we're in the end game now. With just a little under a month left in the NHL season, the Rookie of the Year race is ramping up. This season has been filled with lots of young talent all over the ice, so in theory, the NHL Rookie of the Year spot is totally up for grabs. I'm joined now by River Caraballo, Evan Sharrard, and Vani Hanamirian. We're going to have each of you NHL gurus hand out some report cards for a player of your choosing. So River, I'll toss it to you first to kick us off. So give us your report of a player you think needs to be more involved in the Rookie of the Year conversation.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah.
I personally think that we are going to go mini mode right now.
Ooh.
I'm talking about Brock Faber of the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
I give him an A- across the board. He is one of the best defensemen, rookie defensemen that I've seen all across the league so far. He is both an offensive defenseman and a really good defenseman for Minnesota, especially with such an injured Minnesota team right now. He has been really, really good in bringing up that team into the standings. They would not be where they are right now if it weren't for Brock Faber's effort. As you can see, he has 7 goals, 34 assists, making a total of 41 points in 73 games played. For a defenseman, that's a really good stat. He averages over 25 minutes time on ice per game, which you really know that he is making that really good effort. And when the game is on the line, Brock Faber is out there. I'm talking on the power play, on the penalty kill, in overtime. He is out there producing effort. He is passing the puck effortlessly to big scorers like Kirill Kaprizov, who really put that puck in. If you see his assist points right now, he's not a big goal scorer, which is why I docked him up a little bit, because you do want to see him score some goals. But in terms of assists, he has some really great hockey IQ, which is so crucial for a complete team like the Minnesota Wild. Like I said before, they are injured, and honestly, I don't know what else to say about him. He's an effective player. He has 11 takeaways, 138 block shots.
Whoa.
Yeah, 138 block shots, which is something you really want to see from a defenseman, and is so impressive for a rookie defenseman. So he's really stepping up. I personally think he would be a future contender for the Norris once he gets more into his career.
Wow. So it's safe to say Brock Faber is running wild in Minnesota.
Going wild.
All right.
He's truly going
All
wild.
right. Well, Evan, we got to hear from you.
Yeah.
Who's your pick for the NHL Rookie of the Year? What's your report card?
Yeah, let's talk about the other star rookie defenseman. That's Luke Hughes, who has scored just 2 more points than Brock Faber. While Brock Faber's impact has been incredible on both ends, Luke Hughes has been impressive coast to coast. He reminds me a lot of a very young Erik Karlsson. This guy, I've seen some plays that he's made that you just don't really see a rookie making. He plays with a lot of confidence on a team that needs speed and is fast, meaning that you need speed to play on that team. They don't need more speed. They've got it. And Luke Hughes definitely provides it, playing with his brother. Some of these highlights, I mean, there's a coast-to-coast play. There's this shot here with Luke Hughes going all the way around the net, following up. That's not the kind of thing you see from a lot of defensemen.
Look at that Selly.
Yeah, most of his points come on the power play. Here's coast-to-coast to tie the game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's an impressive goal. Luke Hughes has really knocked it out of the park. I'd give him an A- as well. If you're going to give Brock Faber an A-, you got to give Luke Hughes an A- as well. He's really stepped up and provided an extra jolt that this team, I didn't think they would need, but as of right now, they're sitting 13th in the East. So they actually did need it, and it still hasn't been enough. But he's certainly notable, especially out of all the rookies.
And I think something like none of us are even talking about is like we just say rookie, but like all these players, they're like younger than us. Like some of them are genuinely younger than us, and doing this at a very high level in their first year, playing a professional sport, it's remarkable to see. Vani, I really want to hear from you because I feel like I know where you're going with this one, and I just take it away. Floor is yours.
Yeah, well, these are both great players. I think there is no question that the Rookie of the Year is Connor Bedard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you look at his stats on the season, for an 18-year-old to have 21 goals, 36 assists, to have 57 points total, that is insane. This is kind of practically unheard of, especially considering he missed 6 weeks with a broken jaw.
Yeah.
He was out with an injury, and he is still leading in goals, assists, and points for all the rookies. Jeez. While I do think that both of your options were valid, there is no way that this season anyone can compare to Connor Bedard. And I'm sorry, that's the truth. I think if he wasn't in the race this year, there would be a very different rookie report card. But no, he gets an A+ for all he's done so far. I think that for an 18-year-old, he is shaking up the NHL.
18.
And
younger than all of us.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's younger than all of us, and he is.
Our lives right now.
I know.
We got to rethink everything.
We're doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing.
Right? Younger than all of us. And like that is an A+ from me. And honestly, while I wish that it could be others, I think that it's going to be Connor Bedard this year.
He's definitely made the rookie race more fun to watch because you're always on the lookout for him, and then you see other players creeping up to his stats, and just you really get to see the spotlight is on the rookies right now, which I really enjoy in the NHL with growing the game and all that.
And when he was out with his injury, we were talking about how there was a chance it could be someone else, but he came back just as strong and came back early even. And he has just proven game after game that he deserves to be the Rookie of the Year.
Now I have to ask one question. I got to be honest. Like NHL, probably don't watch enough of it as I should. But like a jaw injury seems, is that like rare? Is that?
No.
This happens. So,
Oh, yeah.
So what's like the time frame for like a jaw injury? Like how long are you on the IL for?
It's usually 6 to 8 weeks. He came back right before the 6-week point.
Wow.
And was skating before then.
That is impressive.
Yeah. And I mean, he's young. He can recover well. He puts the goals in. Like he puts the puck in the back of the
21 goals.
net.
I mean, that's insane.
And I mean, I can't emphasize this enough. He's 18 years old. I mean, this is just a player that we're going to want to see more of and more of as the season continues and as his career continues. And honestly, is an amazing player.
Now, a lot of people compared, like, I mean, at least from what I read, from what I heard, that like Connor McDavid was like the second coming of Wayne Gretzky. Like, are these numbers better?
No.
Okay, so Connor McDavid is still, I guess, the standard.
This guy's like the second coming of McDavid. That's like how he was talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of production, one thing I just want to say about Bedard is, it is incredible to be as touted as he was, but it is another incredible feat to meet those expectations and possibly surpass them. And that's really what I think he's done.
Brilliant.
Really well said, Vani. I mean,
thank you, Max.
Brilliant, amazing. Well, these were some great picks, and we'll just have to wait and see who takes the Rookie of the Year crown at the end of the year. And speaking of rookies, next up, we're going to be talking about some soon-to-be NFL rookies and if they're going to boom or bust. More on that when we return.
What's up? I'm Jamie Sanders, host of MTV Games, and welcome to my set. Where are the contestants? I lost the contestants. Where are the contestants? Oh, hey there. I'm Jamie Sanders, host of MTV Games. What am I doing in a ball pit? Hello? Hello? What am I doing in a ball pit? I'm all alone. Please watch the show.
Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate the monies. Fresh ground. Wow. My will. You sent flowers, but you said you didn't receive. But you said you didn't need them. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old geese. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Frat girl still trying to get in. Haters mad for whatever reason. Smoke in the air, binge drinking. They lose it when the DJ drops the knee. Getting so gone, I'm not blinking. What in the world was I thinking? New day, new money to be made. There is nothing to explain.
Welcome back to the Box Score. The NFL Draft is typically a time for redemption, big hopes, and dreams for our terrible teams like my Chicago Bears. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, some of the most touted players coming out of college bust instead of boom. Or everyone now and then you have a guy like Brock Purdy who gets taken in the last round of the draft and completely booms. Last pick, literally the last pick. We've done it time and time again and hype up players. And this year is no different. Sometimes we're right, but sometimes we're very, very wrong. Tonight, we'll be talking about 4 top draft prospects and if they're going to boom or bust once they hit the gridiron in September. Joining me now is Kyler Maira, Evan Sharrard, Nandan Nair, and Danielle DuBois. Kyler, I'm dying to hear your pick because I really love this guy. I think I already know who the pick is. So I want to hear what you think they're going to do in the NFL, and so take it away, Mr. Kyler Maira.
Look, I have J.J. McCarthy, national champion J.J. McCarthy. Look, he's quick, he's smooth, he's good at protecting the ball, and he's able to scramble when he needs to. He's electric, but he makes the smart plays when he has to. He reminds me a lot of Baker Mayfield. Not Baker Mayfield when he got picked, Baker Mayfield last season with the Bucs. Look,
great take.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to get tired riding up an escalator here, right? Let's not wear us out talking about the complaints about him, right? He had the best O-line in college football. He had 2 fantastic running backs that he relied on heavily to win that championship. That being said, I still think he can be definitely a boom if he's not picked in the top 4. Let's not kid ourselves. The difference between, look, Caleb Williams is at another level, and there's 4 more quarterbacks who, the difference isn't that big. If McCarthy gets picked in the 2nd round, very late 1st round, he's going to be a fantastic choice. If he gets picked 4th overall, 3rd overall, like some people are saying, I don't know what they're talking about.
So the Patriots get him.
If the Patriots get him, it's a mistake.
But Kyler, what I'm also hearing is I think what you're saying is he needs to face a little adversity, of a word we often talk about a lot on this show when it comes to football players. I think, because like you said, best O-line probably ever, won a national championship. Are you saying he's got to kind of work for it just a little more?
Exactly. So let's not make him a top 5 pick, but what I want are the Minnesota Vikings to pick him, right? A little bit later in the draft. Starting Sam Darnold right now is like peeling a brown banana. You're going through some effort on something that has no reason to be putting effort into. I think that with talented wide receivers like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, he'll have trouble with less good of an O-line, but that's where he can really succeed. And I'll say it, he could make the playoffs with the Vikings in his first season, making him, as a late 1st round pick, a boom.
I love it. Very well said, Kyler Maira. I just love hearing you talk.
I appreciate it.
The kindest soul. All right, Nandan, I want to hear your pick because I know you're passionate about this pick. But
I'm very passionate.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I have Malik Neighbors out of LSU. I love this guy. I genuinely think that he is probably one of the best receivers in this class. I know we talk a lot about how Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably the undisputed best receiver in this draft.
He is.
But at the same time, I don't think Malik Neighbors is that far off. I think when you look at him, I love the frame of him. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's very nimble on his feet. He's a very good yards after catch machine. If you watch a lot of his games, the big thing about him is a lot of those games he's like a slot receiver. He takes those passes and he makes a lot of yards after game. I think he's averaging something around 6.8 yards after catch, which is ridiculous production. There's been so many games in these LSU games where we talk about Jaden Daniels, but if we're going to talk about Jaden Daniels, we need to talk about Malik Neighbors with them. That's the yin and yang. So many times in LSU games, Malik Neighbors has bailed them out with a huge conversion for a first down off of, as you can see here.
Look at that.
Huge.
Does he take that for a tutty?
He takes it for a tutty.
What?
I think there was a fly on the play.
No
But he
way.
was going to be, most receivers there get caught for a loss of 5. He takes that for 60. That is ridiculous production. If anything, and also to note, when you look at him at LSU, he currently holds the record in receiving yards and total receptions. That is over players like Jettis and Jamar Chase.
And
that is
Beckham Jr.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say,
Odell Beckham
OBJ.
Jr. Thank you. And OBJ. That is great company to be in. And even this year, he had LSU's, I think, only 10th ever 1K receiving yard season. And so overall, I think he's a great pick. I think any team can take him. But the main teams I want to see either the Chargers or the Giants take him. Because after the offseason the Chargers have had, when you get rid of Keenan Allen, when you get all those,
With Herbert, I like that connection.
Herbert and Malik Neighbors that's Hollywood.
That's a good
beautiful.
connection.
I think the Chargers would be a much better fit than the Giants, though. I feel like the Giants is where players go to die.
No, I know, but that's kind of why I want him to go there. Because in my opinion,
You want him to
no, because hear me out.
His career to go to the toilet?
Hear me out. The Giants have been begging for an A-star receiver for ages now, and anyone that comes in has done awful. They have all gone to die, as you said.
They also
They also don't have somebody throwing to them. That's the main
No, but here's the thing. That's why I think he works out. Because the thing with Malik Neighbors is he's a great slot receiver. And with a guy like Daniel Jones, I do not trust this guy to throw longer than 15 yards for the life of me. Honestly, I think when you look at him being a yards per catch machine and his just explosiveness overall, I think he could do really well as a good slot receiver for the Giants.
What worries me though, he's a slot receiver. He's not like that big, strong #1 wide receiver. He's going onto a team with no other options. Can teams just focus on him and shut him down?
I love this. for the sake of time, I want to get to Danielle because do you happen to have another
Oh, I think I do.
receiver?
Really?
Well, I think I have Jaden Daniels,
Oh, yes.
who is that good connection that you
Maybe
were talking about there.
responsible
Yes.
for Malik Neighbors.
So while you're saying all those amazing stats about him, it's because of the person throwing to him was also
Boom.
wonderful. Jaden Daniels, gonna be a boom.
Yep.
His 2023 stats, he had 3,812 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions.
What?
Only 4 interceptions.
That's a crazy
We talk about
ratio.
that. That is insane. And he has a 95.6 QBR currently, the best currently in college football. Just wanted to put that out there.
Where do you think he should go?
I think he will overall go third to the Patriots because currently the big toss-up, obviously Caleb Williams going 1. We know that. The big conversation this year has been Drake May or Jaden Daniels, and it has been a toss-up this entire season. However, in the last week or two, everybody is saying Drake May is taking over that 2 spot. And I am currently thinking, as a Patriots fan, we get Jaden Daniels, and I am okay with that because I personally like Daniels over May. Both great. I can't complain if we get either of them because it's not Mac Jones. However, Jaden Daniels, I think, would be a really great asset to this team, and he's known for his explosion and his speed on the field. I think that would be amazing for the Patriots to see. If we get another good wide receiver to surround him with, that's a good offense right there.
Yeah, he rushed for over 1,000 yards as well, and that's something the Patriots haven't had in forever. So I love your pick. I think at the Patriots, he really succeeds.
Have they ever had it? Have they ever had it? Period.
No.
Cam Newton, folks, come on.
Cam Newton
And how did that go?
Wait. Cam Newton did not run for 1,000 yards for the Patriots.
He got COVID and then immediately.
But even so, y'all had him
And
at
I
like.
like Jaden Daniels over Drake May too, because I don't know why, but me personally, I just get like Mac Jones all over from Drake May.
I
really
see
get
that a lot.
PTSD.
That
think
is.
While the Patriots have never necessarily had that running QB option, it never has fit in their scheme. Belichick's gone. They're looking for that new scheme. Running quarterbacks don't work with Belichick. We saw that with Cam Newton. Now, Cam Newton had his own issues as well.
He couldn't
However, the new scheme, they're building a new New England here, and I think that starts with a versatile quarterback such as Jaden Daniels.
When I just hear Cam Newton, I envision like when the clip of him on the sideline all masked up where he's like, and then it became a meme.
It
was like you're triggering bad memories.
Yeah, it was a really bad time for New
Well,
England fans. But Jaden Daniels, it's gonna be a good time.
It may have been bad times for Patriots fans, but like for maybe a second. It's been bad times for Bears fans for years.
We can't complain too much.
We can't.
Which brings me to Evan Sharrard. I'll lead the path again. You're definitely going to mention the only guy up here who hasn't been spoken about. So take it away. Who do you got?
Folks.
So dramatic.
Yeah.
For what?
I'll tell you. I was born and raised and only ever lived, besides here in Boston, in Oswego, Illinois.
Buckle up for an Evan Sharrard story. Here we go.
I have watched
3 minutes.
this Chicago Bears team the same way that Max has. They go through Jay Cutler. They go through Jimmy Clausen. They go through Mitch Trubisky. Matt Barkley, if you remember that. I thought he was going to be it because he cared.
How about Andy Dalton?
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
And now Justin Fields, who was by far the most hope that Bears fans have had since
And wasn't even bad.
Jim McMahon. The Bears haven't really had an elite quarterback in their entire history. Sid Luckman threw 7 touchdowns. Well, now they do. They have Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams is going to boom. And that's crazy to say because he's probably going to be the first overall pick unless something insane happens. For a
Well,
first
it is the
overall
Chicago
pick,
Bears. This is the same team that told Patrick Mahomes they were picking
That's
him.
right.
Continue.
But if a first overall pick is going to boom, that means that they are going to be remembered as one of the best picks in the history of first overall picks. And I do think that that's what's going to happen with Caleb Williams.
Wow.
I think.
I hope you're right.
Because Caleb Williams not only has not next level play extension, he makes great reads under pressure. That's really important. You have a rookie that's doing that? My goodness. His problem is the same problem that Patrick Mahomes had in his second year, not his rookie year. His rookie year, Mahomes, there were a lot of questions.
Yeah.
This year, Biggest knock on Caleb Williams, besides people thinking that his character is going to be a problem, never was a problem for Antonio Brown. He was always an all-time player until the end of his career. Well, it wasn't a problem for him playing well, was it? He was always great.
You're right. That's
in terms of playing well.
He did play well
But
every year.
Caleb Williams' main problem is passing up the read that comes open immediately. And that's something that's coachable, and it's something that he will have to be coached on. He looks for the big play, which will lose games. But as a rookie making throws like that, doing that in college, look at this bomb. He dropped the football and throws that flat-footed.
For a tutty.
Yeah, it's a 75-yard throw. He's got every single tool you'd want from a quarterback to have.
Yeah.
He has the athleticism. He has the experience. Only threw 5 picks last year. Granted, it's college football. It's a whole different speed, whole different game. But this guy has the ability to be just like Patrick Mahomes. And I actually project him to be like what Patrick Mahomes was after a year of sitting under Alex Smith.
And I'd be, as a Bears fan, I'd welcome that with open arms.
Chicago has deserved it since the beginning of
time.
The Decatur Staleys deserved this guy. That's why.
I just hope that Caleb Williams, welcomes the opportunity to play for Chicago with open arms. I hope he welcomes the opportunity to be coached. You know, this is a major complaint that I think a lot of Bears fans have, myself included, is that, like, had they actually coached Justin Fields a little less, they probably would have done something with him. But I actually think Caleb Williams needs a little bit of direction, at least in his rookie year, just so that, because let's be honest, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is running the show in Kansas City, you know, but he wasn't in his rookie year. I think that if you're saying Caleb Williams is the guy for the Bears and that he could end up being the next Mahomes, just coach him a little bit the first year and let him run with it after that.
Yeah.
What do you think? There's any sign of a bust at all from anyone?
The only way this
it's all mental.
It is.
It's going to be mental, or it's going to be the team. The team's just not going to work for him because
it's going to have to work for him.
It's
DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet. What more does this guy?
It'd be a disconnect with the coaches, I think.
Fair.
But that would be it.
I love it. I love it. Well, I hope Caleb Williams is a Chicago Bear and welcomes it. I guess we'll have to wait until September, though, to see these players in action. But first, we need to see what team they end up on. The NFL Draft kicks off April 25th. And as a Bears fan, I couldn't be more nervous. We're going to head to our final commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to play a game to see where the top sports in the world rank. Stay with us.
All right, coming back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera one. Camera, get a wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take it. Talent cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson
Camera
trails
4, get a shot of the players coming across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As
Camera
the
2
team
close on the
finishes
person
their
shooting.
timeout. Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away and score this game.
Camera 1, get a close and follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI 10 points. 10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point as the team finishes their timeout.
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
What's up? I'm Jamie Sanders, host of MTV Games, and welcome to my set. Where are the contestants? I lost the contestants. Where are the contestants? Oh, hey there. I'm Jamie Sanders, host of MTV Games. What am I doing in a ball pit? Hello? Hello? What am I doing in a ball pit? I'm all alone. Please watch the show.
Welcome back to the Box Score. I'm your host, Max Lasky, and if you're just joining us, this is indeed a sports show. But there are so many sports out there, it's getting hard to keep track of them all. Sports like cheese rolling, underwater hockey, shin kicking, and slap boxing are becoming all too familiar. So we thought it would be fun to rank into 3 separate tiers some of the top sports in the world based on, watchability. Do we like to watch it? Likability. Do we like following it, keeping up with it? Have we played it? Does it interest us or not? So we're split up into 2 teams, myself and Kyler, the kindest team of all time, taking on River and Nandan, 2 of the coolest box score rookies in the universe. So we'll buzz in to speak and rank the sports in either the S tier, superior, the A tier for awesome, or the D tier for dumb. So here we go. We're gonna start things off with cricket. Cricket. Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Look, the problem with cricket in the United States is that it's just not played, right? But if you're saying that and you're panicking, I'll tell you this. You're hanging off of a 4-foot ledge. It's not a big deal if you drop. Cricket is the second most watched sport in the world. It's just one below soccer at 2.5 billion fans. Now that is an S tier sport, whether I like it or not. And look, here's my thinking, right? Cricket games last multiple days long.
You're right.
And people still watch them? That must mean they know what they're doing. So I have cricket in the S superior tier.
Amazing. I'm going to have to, because I'm on your team, I'm going to have to agree with you. I don't think I could say anything to, I'm on your team. I would not rebuttal it, but where's that rank for you guys?
I'm going to click this and chime in myself.
Sure.
I fully agree with Kyler. I personally don't watch too much cricket because, as we've said, it lasts multiple games. It's also a lot of the games take place in the other side of the world, not on our side, so they are in the late hours of the night.
Hard to get.
However, it is very entertaining stuff, I will say, and is, as you said, the second most watched sport in the world. There's just a lot to love about it, so I'm gonna say S tier.
Yeah, sure.
I think, I played cricket in my high school PE class.
Oh!
And it was the only sport that didn't make me want to cry by the end of it. So I'm going to put it in S tier just because it gave me a good memory from PE class.
I love it. Cricket in the S tier for both teams. We're going to move on now to, a personal favorite. We're going to go baseball. Oh, take it away.
S tier. No questions asked.
All right.
Honestly, I get it. It used to be a little boring and it used to be long. It's still long. But the introduction of the pitch clock really made it so much better. It really made it so much better, made it go by a little faster, and it's just overall so entertaining to watch.
Push that button. Push that button.
Okay, I know you want to put this in the D tier. It's not happening.
Betcha.
It's not happening.
I actually
I'm
agree
going
with that.
A tier. A tier because look, I am a huge baseball fan. But I do have just a few qualms, as you said, it's still a little long. It's a part of the game. It's just still a little long for me. I do think the pitch clock has helped. I also think the season is long. 162 games, no wonder some of these players can't stay healthy or, everyone complains that all these players are getting so much money and it's you kind of have to give them all this money when they're playing 162 games. So I mean,
and that's what separates cricket a little bit from baseball, I think, because I know you could then make the argument that, hey, well, cricket takes way longer than baseball. Why is cricket an S? But I think the difference there is, personally, I think you look at the star factor in cricket versus baseball. I think that cricket is just a bit more enjoyable to watch, and also it progresses faster. With the way cricket's played, it moves quickly. With baseball, I'm not a huge baseball guy, so I could be biased, but it seems to move pretty slow.
Yeah, look, man, it's America's pastime, but
it's
really
a pastime
it's
for
America's past
No.
time. Baseball is a dying sport.
Tyler.
Look, we're on a team, but I'm saying it's a dumb sport.
Tyler, it's not a dumb sport. Okay, I think so. Can we just?
Let's just put it in A.
Agree.
I agree.
A is reasonable.
Agree to disagree. You're a nice guy. All right, we're gonna move on to, this is a newer sport. I mean, it's been around, but a lot of people it's starting to gain traction. That's a shout out for Danielle. F1. What do we got?
Ooh.
What do we got? Go for it, Nandan.
I'm gonna say it. I'm putting it in S tier. I'm
What?
saying it right now. I'm
Every
putting it in
sport's
S
an S tier
tier.
for
I
this
think
guy.
this may be because this may be newcomers nostalgia.
Okay.
But it's entertaining, man.
It is.
I'm gonna
The
say it.
same guy wins every race.
See, that's what we're. Are we differentiating between the actual sport itself, or are we differentiating the people in it? Because
Look,
yes,
it's
the same people
52
win.
laps. That's a lot of laps.
a lot of
for
laps.
That is
not
true.
that many passes.
That is
you know,
true.
the
I'd rather
Monaco
watch
Grand
cars.
Prix had what,
That's
2
fair.
passes last year, maybe even less. This is not a sport that I can be putting in S tier. Honestly, I would move closer to the D tier than the S tier, but I would settle with an A.
Interesting.
I would
We're gonna
definitely
have to
settle for A.
We're gonna have to settle for A.
I think A is
for A.
reasonable.
Because F1 is fun. F1 is different. F1 is like, I just love the fact that they're in a different place of the world
Can we also talk about the
every
fact they're
It's
going,
week.
like,
not a
the speeds
circle
they're
too,
going
which
at,
I
how
appreciate.
casually they're
scary.
going at.
Yeah, to both points. They're not going in a circle, and the speeds they're going at,
Yep.
I mean, that is very hard to do. So for that alone, I'm going to go A tier because I think I need to watch it just a little more.
Okay, okay.
Fully reasonable.
All right, so we're both going A tier?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it here.
Next sport, we're going the PWHL.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm going to say it. It is so fun to watch. Women's hockey is fun to watch, and people show up. People want to see this become another one of the major sports. It's going to be the 5th major sport, and I am telling you right now,
Yeah.
it is so fun to watch. Such talented players and breaking records pretty much every week. You love to see that.
You do.
And you talk about growing the game. You got little girls showing up, seeing their idols, wanting to grow up
love
and be
it.
like them. That is just the definition of growing the game, and it makes me so happy seeing it grow just in a couple of months.
Yeah, it's
I can't disagree with that. I can't.
Look, I am in complete agreement. The PWHL is an ST sport. Look, even instant ramen takes a minute to make. Look, the league isn't going to be perfect on its very first season.
Exactly.
There's only 6 teams. Right now, I know people are saying 6 teams, that's not a lot, but give it time.
growing.
Give it time.
Give it time.
I've covered many PWHL games. They're great. They're all exciting. They're all entertaining. I'm a big fan.
I love it. So we're putting it in the
We're
S
putting it in
tier,
S.
and
Yep.
we're going to hope that this just takes off, expands, and
It will.
We'll hope it will.
It will.
We'll hope for the best. All right, got 2 more sports here. Football. We're going for football. Yeah.
I mean, it's the best sport. Let's.
Yeah, it is literally the best
only
sport.
argument you could have is that it's not super global right now. But
Right.
But it's so fun to watch,
It's
man.
so fun.
I love football. There's no way we're putting this anywhere other than S tier. It's the sport we talk about the most on the box score. We just had a segment on it, and we're in the complete off season of football. There's no way we're putting this sport ananiwhere other than
I
superior.
cannot agree more. That's like perfect.
I'm gonna make a case for A personally.
I agree.
Simply because I love football.
Okay.
But here is what I will say.
Tell me now.
And this is American sports overall. I should not have to watch 3 hours of ads to watch 1 hour of gameplay.
Great point.
That is
everybody.
the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
And they're long.
And it's so
the games
long.
are long.
I should not, that is my only gripe with
They're
the NFL.
long, but if there was more football games, I would watch more football games.
No, that's
I spend my Sundays every Sunday when there's an early game from 9:30 a.m. till 11, 12 p.m. just watching football, and it never gets boring.
All I will say is the real football, finishes their games, 45-minute halves, no breaks, game done, great football all around, and I don't have to sit at my screen for 4 hours. That is all I'm going to say.
You don't get to sit at your screen.
Also, there's
for
a
4 hours.
reason why football soccer is worldwide and American football is not.
Both S tier sports. I didn't say
No,
that.
it isn't. I think it is an S tier sport. I just want to make the case that
it's an A
it should be a little shorter.
I think we should differentiate between an SS tier or a lower S tier. I think
it could be the
football's
lower.
on the verge.
Okay.
Maybe an R.
It is an S tier, but
We got one more sport to go. And look, this is a short viewing experience. We're talking pro wrestling. It's at wow, a groan from the home. Look at everybody behind the camera. Everybody's going
Y'all are
D
haters.
tier.
You're
Couple haters. I just gotta say, is there a more quotable sport, a more entertaining sport, a more
made up fake sport?
Whoa! See, so you. It's funny because
script goes crazy.
Are we? You know, I'm gonna step over to this
We're
side.
gonna put S for scripted is what we're gonna do.
That's what makes
Okay.
it fun.
Thank
I
you,
love
River.
a good reality show.
Thank
And
you.
It is a great reality show. We're talking about
reality.
sports here.
Okay,
This is
reality
fine.
with sports mixed in.
Absolutely.
Reality with a little bit of action, a little bit of you
Go
know.
watch Survivor.
You know what? You know what? It's funny, right? Because like, you're gonna say, wrestling's scripted, fake. Aren't all your favorite movies and TV shows that do the same thing that wrestling
They are.
does? They
They are.
entertain you. They keep you involved. Sure, they might be reading some lines here and there, but the only thing fake about this sport, which might be up for a totally separate discussion, is wrestling even a sport? The only fake thing about it is the fact that some of these, you know, maybe they know who's winning before they go out there. But that's literally, when I tell you that is like the only thing, they don't rehearse the matches. They might talk about them, but imagine wrestling is like their dance partners, right? If they make one false move, or you can't trust the person you're in the ring with, like someone's gonna get really hurt.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's always a winner. There's always a loser. That's a sport to me.
That is a sport.
Yeah, just ask the Chicago White Sox about whether or not knowing the end of the game result matters beforehand or not. It certainly does, and it means it's not a sport. Look, we're on the same team, but we have very differing opinions here.
Tyler,
I have it firmly
enjoy-
a very bottom of D tier.
I'm hurt. So you're telling me John Cena's not an athlete?
Look, he's a very strong dude.
You're telling me
strong dude.
Zac Efron's not an athlete. He's also a very strong dude. He's very entertaining as well.
He just proved my point. There we go. Zac Efron can wrestle in a ring. John Cena can wrestle in a ring. They both read some lines. I'm just saying.
I can
hate
act.
the fact that there's lore.
I'm not an actor.
You
You
hate the fact that
I think
there's
you're
lore.
just a
I
hater.
love a good sport with lore.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It keeps you entertained. It's dramatic. It's entertaining. But unfortunately, that's all we got for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first live episode of the Box Score this season. We'll be back next week for our season finale of season 17, another live episode. Quickly just wanted to thank my mom, dad, and sister, the whole fam for watching, for all the love and support, as well as this incredibly talented cast and crew we have here at the Box Score. And just remember, every little thing is going to be all right. For Kyla Maira, Vani Hanamirian, Nandan Nair, River Caraballo, Evan Sharrard, and Danielle DuBois, I'm Max Lasky, and we'll see you next time on the Box Score. Oh, you did it! You did it!